Another thing to talk about are lips. There are lots of different lips that can be on pots. I'm going to show some of the more, I guess, useful ones, and then a couple bizarre ones that are more decorative. So a drinking lip, and I'm just going to throw a lip, I'm not going to throw a whole pot. A drinking lip for me is one that's sharp and comes on the outside up, and on the inside kind of comes up at an angle. So I put my thumb on the outside, I put my finger on the inside, and I press in. Now some people don't like the lip as sharp as it is from this point. I happen to like it. So if you want to round it, you wet it, rub your finger over the top, and make it a little more round. Then on the outside, when I typically make it on a mug, it's going to have a little edge here that's softened. I'll cut this one in half so you can see it. So it comes in and it's got that little edge. So when you put it in your mouth, it feels good. It's not like too much clay, but it's not so thin that it's sharp. Another lip, more for like mixing bowls and other bowls, would be just a regular round lip. So when you're pulling up, you leave clay at the top, so you can pull it as thin as you want below, and then you kind of just run it smooth. Now some people use chamois. I'll grab a chamois here. Chamois are just a little piece of chamois. You want to get them soft, and I usually like to fill it with slip. Seems to slide better, make it a little bit cleaner. I'm going to wrap it around that edge and squeeze in, and that makes it nice and round. Or you can take a piece of newspaper or paper towel, fold it in half a few times, wet it, and do the same thing. It won't last as long, but it's the chamois in a fix. Cut this one in half. You see it's tapered, it's bulged out on both inside and outside. Gives it something to hold on to when you're picking it up. There's the like no spill edge. So it's an edge that comes in on the middle more. So again, it starts out thick, and then you're going to squeeze below, making sure it's nice and wet, and you're going to press down. As you press down, and you're still squeezing, it makes an edge on the inside that prevents it from, like if liquid was in it, it wouldn't splash out. Oh, shoot. It would splash back into it. And again, I can soften that with my fingers so it's not so sharp. So it's an edge like that. So the fluid, instead of going up and out of the bowl, will go up and get splashed back in. This is one that Simon Leach does. I forget what he calls it. I don't know if he calls it a rolled over lip. I call it a hollow lip. It starts off like this would be the wall of the pot. At the top edge, you squeeze in and you pull this up. Then you keep your finger here and you kind of roll it over, keeping your finger there as long as possible, making sure you press it in, and you kind of roll this over slowly so that it doesn't wrinkle. And you squish it back in, join it with a rib, and you've got a hollow lip. So on like a really big bowl, this lip would look like it weighs a ton, but it's hollow. So it doesn't. And people ask, well, don't these blow up? And they don't blow up. If you fire really fast, it'll blow up, but typically there's enough time for the air to get out, or that the air has enough space that it can compress without blowing up. Another edge is a frilled edge. So I'm going to leave it thick. I'm going to take a needle tool, I'm going to split it so that it becomes 2 edges. I mean, there are lots of variations on this. This is the one that I learned. So I'm going to split it as far as I dare. Go back, get a wood tool really wet so that there's water coming off the end of it. Push it through, opening up both halves. And then, I mean, again, on a bigger piece it's a little more dramatic, but squeeze together little sections and you get a frilled lip. It's all frilly and stuff.